This isn't a video about Jordan Peterson. I don't care if you like his opinions or you dislike them, or if you're like most normal people, you probably agree with some of them and disagree with others. It's about human decency. It's about the sociopaths that reside on Twitter that can grind even the strongest person down over time. Jordan B. Peterson did an interview on Rex TV the other day in which he teared up several times and alluded to the constant barrage of things that he has to deal with online. Now, I have been on record to say just stay off Twitter, which Jordan B. Peterson has done. He has handed his Twitter account over to someone else. But people are ignoring the context of why he is so fragile right now. This is a man that has been literally swimming upstream for years. A man that maybe wasn't cut out for all of this. But the fact of the matter is, the culture battle, the place in which he finds himself these days, will wear anybody down. I mean, it's cost me my luscious hairline in just 6 months. It is stressful, but it is important work. And it's work that Jordan B. Peterson has tried to stay and do. I don't care that he's made money doing it. He's still a person, a human being who has shown empathy in the past. And you see loads of people dunking on the guy. You know, maybe it's because his wife is freaking dying of cancer. Maybe it's that he's just out of rehab from being addicted to clozapam, I believe, a very addictive anti-anxiety medicine. The man is dealing with depression, but none of that matters because you disagree with his ideas. In all my videos, when I talk about people, when I say to not contact them, I genuinely mean it, because there are things that go on in people's lives that we don't know about. And there's probably been times when I've piled on somebody and I shouldn't have. In this case, what Jordan B. Peterson is going through is widely documented and easily researchable. You can just see Jordan Peterson enters rehab after wife's cancer diagnosis. This was a month ago. Jordan Peterson, the Canadian psychologist, has an anti-PC crusader, has checked himself into rehab in New York, his daughter has revealed. I've never seen my dad like this. The 27-year-old diet blogger said in an 8.5-minute video, he's having a miserable time of it. It breaks my heart. The elder Peterson, 57, began taking the addictive medication to deal with the stress from his wife's battle with cancer. Yeah, what a baby. What a puss. He tried to quit cold turkey over the summer after his wife, Tammy Roberts, miraculously recovered from complications with a kidney surgery. But he went through horrific physical withdrawal, and it left him looking like a lost puppy. He decided to check himself into a place because he didn't want to stress mom out. Just another man bearing the brunt of everything and not wanting to put it on anyone else, right? What a baby. He wanted to get off them as quickly as possible and honestly needed to get medical help. Peterson is getting weaned off clonazepam and the unidentified rehab facility with other stuff. She added that she had a similar withdrawal struggle. Peterson has gained international fame, blah, 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 blah. But that wouldn't stop everyone from dunking on the guy. Even this article doesn't exactly give him any reason to be human because they disagree with his ideas. Twitter bullies brought Jordan Peterson to tears. No, it wasn't Twitter bullies. It's everything else going on in his life. A video psychology professor and anti-PC pundit, Jordan Peterson, getting upset over Twitter trolls is going viral. Again, it's not that he's that upset about Twitter trolls. It's everything else in his life that's beating the man down. In a recent interview with Rex Murphy, Peterson said he's been off Twitter for 3 months after being mobbed by critics. Viewers are enjoying the irony of someone who regularly puts others on blast on the internet for getting upset over backlash online. Hey, I said it and I'll say it again. Some people just aren't made for social media. And if you can't look away from it, it's time to remove yourself from it. Or simply hire an agency to handle it for you. It in and of itself is an addiction. Surprising absolutely no one, anti-PC guy and masculinity instructor Jordan Peterson is seen literally crying about how people are mean to him on Twitter. Higher quality videos so people can see the tears more clearly. A visibly upset Peterson said that civilized, socialized people cannot tolerate being mobbed. He called it a terrible shock and said that it really hurts. People are often damaged for lengthy periods of time. Peterson also said apologizing in these situations is the wrong thing to do and that the right thing to do is simply to wait it out. People reveled in the pick yourself up by your bootstraps philosopher being so affected by critics. He seems quite miserable for a self-help guru. If you can't take the heat, Jordan. Peterson rose to fame. Peterson frequently speaks out against SJWs, and videos of him debating often go viral on YouTube. He's also recently published a self-help book, 12 Rules for Life, where he argues that too many people blame their problems on outside forces, and the only way to get ahead of it is to take more personal responsibility. Seems like this author is reveling in it as well. Despite being so upset over backlash online, Peterson has previously seemed unbothered when his opponents get threats. Oh, it's his fault. I see. This is an article in which you're blaming him. What happened to it being okay for men to show their emotions? These are the same chumps that write those articles, by the way. So what this author is basically saying is he deserves it. Esther Bell. That's what it reads like, right? Despite being so upset over backlash online, Peterson has previously seemed unbothered. After interviewing with Kathy Newman, an English journalist, received bad words to involve the Poe. In an interview with The Guardian, she said there were literally thousands of abusive tweets. It ranged from all sorts of naughty words. Again, if you can't take Twitter, get off of it. It's full of some really nice people, but far more just degenerate sociopath losers whose entire existence is Twitter. Though Peterson did tell his followers to lay off via Twitter, in an interview with Radio Times, he said Channel 4 that she was afraid and that they had to call in. You could call them for anything. This isn't evidence of anything credible. I thought, oh, wow, they're going to spin this as a victim narrative, which I was appalled at. So this article is, of course, saying Jordan Peterson deserves it. Now, everybody's comments on this seem to conveniently forget that the man's wife is dying. The man has been on tour endlessly for months. The man has taken on a Patreon alternative. The man is dealing with his own depression. But that doesn't matter to Twitter losers. Jordan Peterson is just pathetic. He made a career of pretending to be a seeker of uncomfortable truths and inconvenient facts. Now look at him crying like a little baby because people are mean to him on Twitter. Really? Is this your king? Snowflake. Sick burn, man. Maybe when his wife passes away from cancer, you can make fun of him for that too. You don't have to agree with everything someone says to have empathy for them. Heck, I wish Zoe Quinn would stop stealing people's money and get a real job and be successful in real life. And I mean that. I wish Anita Sarkeesian all the best. I hope she finds a career, has a family, and enjoys a long, fruitful life. That doesn't mean I won't criticize ideas or tweets or things that she puts out there. Same with Zoe Quinn. But that doesn't mean I wish any ill will. Digital media, in particular, social media, has desensitized people to a point that is sickening. People, when they put their phone down, are still people. And many of them carry a lot of the things with them. And none of these idiots reveling. He just cries and shakes for 50 minutes. What a terribly stupid, weak man. Written by somebody who has "please be nice" in her bio. Oh, it was so stressful making money. People think that being successful, that money removes all stress. The reality is it only makes it worse. It amplifies different problems. Now, if I had to choose between having millions of dollars in stress or no dollars in stress, I would choose the money because you have access to more cures for that stress, of course. But it's sick to see people. Look, I like Jordan B. Peterson. I don't agree with everything he says, but he was one of the first in my era online that was really standing up for free speech. And he was one of the first to stand up and say, this is what I believe, and be damned to the consequences. I'm willing to go to jail if you make me use someone's pronouns. I'm not against using them, but if you force me, if you compel my speech, I will fight against it. In many ways, it was one versus many. And regardless of how strong your resolve is or how right you are, you will be worn down over time. It's the constant rain of negativity and pushback and people calling you things that aren't true and defending yourself that will wear away even the strongest stone. I don't care if you don't like Jordan Peterson. I don't care if you don't like Anita Sarkeesian. But at the end of the day, these are still people fighting for things that they believe in. And it's okay to disagree with them. But let's not forget what makes us human. And if you're reveling in this, you're one of the lowest of the low. And I hope you enjoy waking up one day alone, friendless, acquaintanceless, devoid of happiness. And you'll look back and wonder why. You'll look back at why you blamed everybody else all the time for how unhappy you were. And how you blamed the system for holding you back. And I wonder if those internet likes and retweets were worth it.